Hey everybody, good morning. It is our day in Belfast. We've got the hop on, hop off boat, and then we also have the Titanic Experience. So, got to take a shuttle into town and then get on the hop on, hop off, see what we can see in Belfast, and go enjoy that Titanic Experience. But give you a quick shot of my breakfast. I got bagel, donuts, some eggs, some beef sausage, and a hash brown. So we'll check back in with you in a little bit. We always like riding the hop on, hop off because you can see some very beautiful historic buildings like Belfast City Hall. It's iconic with grand architecture. It opened in 1906 and it's a great example of the Bjork revival style of architecture. Another cool feature in downtown Belfast is the Albert Memorial Clock. It's said to be leaning. It's Belfast's own leaning tower, and it's leaning because it was built on marshy ground.
And you might be able to make out a nose, a mouth, and maybe even a chin. If you can make that out, you're not alone, because when Jonathan Swift came to visit Belfast, he also saw that, and it said that it motivated him to write Gulliver's Travels. You might be able to think of the image of giant Gulliver lying on his back.
So all throughout Belfast, there's lots of murals on buildings, graffiti on some of the walls, and one of the things that we were able to see was the Peace Wall, and it shows some of the troubled history that Belfast has had between the Nationalists and the Loyalists, and you'll see that some of the communities are separated with flags. You have the British flags and the Irish flags. And this peace wall was built in 1969, and it still stands today, and really stands for unity and peace. So when you travel around Belfast, you'll see the British areas with the flags flying on the street lamps, and you'll see things like murals of the coronation of King Charles and Queen Camilla. We were able to see some of the tragic sites like the Bayardo Bar bombing that occurred in 1975 when Belfast was at the height of its troubles. It ended up ending in 5 people losing their lives. One of the beautiful pieces of architecture in Belfast is the Crumlin Road Courthouse. It was built back in 1850, and unfortunately it's fallen into disrepair and is up for sale. Hopefully somebody will purchase it and bring it back to its original glory. Again, another one of those beautiful pieces of architecture on Clifton Street. It's the Belfast Horn Hall, and on the top of it, it's got a statue of King William III riding a horse, and it's commemorating the glorious revolution of 1688. This beautiful church is called St. Patrick's Church. It was originally built in 1815, and during the post-famine era, Belfast's Catholic population swelled considerably, and the current version of this parish opened in 1875 to accommodate that swelling population. The building is the Belfast City Hall. It was built in 1906 and faces north, and basically it divides the city in half between the commercial and the business areas of the downtown. Alright, so we just got off of the hop on, hop off Belfast, and we are headed to the Titanic Museum. got our tickets earlier online. We weren't sure if we needed to, but we did, so we're going to try and see if we can't get in early, because our time is 1 and it's 11:40, so go see if we can get in and check out the museum. One thing that we had on our to-do list was go and visit the Titanic Experience. A lot of tradition, a lot of history. We love cruising, so this obviously was a must-see for us. Some of the things that I really enjoyed while going through the museum was the miniatures that showed the shipping yard, how it was back in the day, how the ship itself was constructed, a lot of photos of the actual building of the Titanic, the work conditions that the employees faced, a lot of history on Harland and Wolff, the manufacturer that actually built the ship, and overall, great experience. Just bring some patience when you come here, because it's definitely a tourist location where a lot of cruise ship people come.
It's pretty high up. The real height of the gantry the real height of the steel gantry would stood at about 228 feet, 4 times the height of this replica here. It would have been 240 feet, crane on top as well, 840 feet long, and it weighed about 6,000 tons. It formed 2 slipways out the front, because there's 33 of these scaffolding pillars and 3 rows of 11. They formed 2 slipways. Slipway number 3, the RMS Titanic, and slipway number 2, its sister ship, the Olympic. There's also a third ship built in the 2 slipways, which was called the Britannic, the RMS Britannic. It was used as a ship as well. 6,500 men at the scale of this structure every single week to start their 11-hour shift.
One thing with the Titanic Experience we didn't know we were going to get was an amusement style ride. It gave a history on the Titanic, the building, some of the setbacks that it had, the working conditions, the shipping yard itself, and how the actual Titanic was assembled from beginning to end. Looks like these are the 2 shipping yards that Titanic was built from, and its sister ship that was being constructed at the same time. The location of the Titanic Experience is in the original location of the Harland and Wolff shipping manufacturer. Gives you a pretty good view of where the Titanic itself was constructed and where that shipping company made some of its other ships. Some of the exhibits for the RMS Titanic were things like scale models of the ship itself, models of some of the first class and the second class cabins. It gives you a real perspective on how life was on those older ships, if you've ever cruised before. Another thing they had in these exhibits were holograms, where people talked about how it was to be aboard the ships during these times, what the entertainment was, how the people treated each other, and it was actually a great experience. One thing that this museum does very well is pay tribute to the men and women, the 1,512 folks that lost their lives, as well as the 713 people that were saved. It gives an explanation of where those folks landed when it came to their classes, whether they were employees or paid patrons. So this is the last White Star cruise liner ship that was in service. We're able to do a walkthrough of it. So just finished the Titanic Experience, having some Black Forest hot chocolate, and gonna go do a walkthrough through the pneumatic. It's little sister. It's got to float. Okay, we just got off the hop on, hop off, took a little walk. We were in downtown, now we're headed over to, Shannon wanted to go to a traditional Irish pub, so we're headed to the point, and we're gonna get a pint of beer. So we were able to visit the Point's Irish pub. Great place to have drinks. The atmosphere was great. The music was great. The service was really good. Unfortunately, we showed up a little bit earlier in the evening. The place had just opened up. As you can see, it's pretty large. It's sectioned off into different themes. It's a great way to spend your evening with some friends or just enjoy Ireland. Bunch of different supposedly this place gets really busy, so I'm figuring if they have a couple of bars, some beers on tap in different places, probably gets a little rowdy, a little crowdy. Alright, so we just left the Point, and now Mrs. G wants to go to a place called Filthy McNasty here in Belfast. So we're gonna do a quick walkthrough. Doesn't seem like it's super busy, but we'll just do a quick walkthrough and see what Filthy Nasty's all about. With Filthy McNasty's, it was a little bit smaller bar. Had an 80s or a punk vibe to it. They did have a large serving area for drinks on the inside. The outside had a little bit smaller serving area. At this time, they didn't have a server out there, but they do have seating upstairs. They have a stage, and it looks like Fridays and Saturday nights mainly is when they have live music. But overall, looked like a pretty good place to hang out and enjoy drinks and the atmosphere. All right, that was a quick walkthrough of Filthy McNasty, but I think the point is probably more of a place that
probably like punk band stuff.
Yeah.
For McNasty.
So if you want to get like a punk band vibe, then I would say Filthy McNasty. If you want the traditional Irish pub vibe with some of the, I'll give her one, the Celtic kind of vibe, then I would say the Point is the better place to go to. So we are headed back to the hop on hop off, get back on the ship. Pretty good day in Belfast, seeing the Titanic museum and getting a drink in the pub. Looking forward to dinner because those couple of shots of Jameson and the pint is starting to affect me. So we'll check back in with you when we get back on the ship. Bye. All right, what did Shannon get? I think she got some of the beef goulash. I see some potato, a garlic bread. I don't know what the little meat pies were called.
Cornish pasties.
Yeah, but they were chicken. Yeah, they were chicken because I just got one. I made sure I saw some scrimp. Some, is that lasagna? And some mozzarella and cheese.
Risotto.
Some risotto. I went back for the ramen. Oh, I did see the gnocchi. I got some tofu. I got a mess. I got some beef goulash like Shannon did as well.
It's really good.
I got a piece of Parmesan chicken, some baked pasta, and a little bit of Chinese noodle. So, all right, we like I say, made it back on the ship. Great day, and we'll check back in with you after dinner. Well, I got to watch the sail away in Belfast. That's cool.
Yeah.
Alright, I am headed to the casino. I looked at the show time incorrectly and started at 7:30. I thought it started at 8:30. So I'm going to swing by the casino bar, get a drink, test some fates. I won 900 last night. Put 400 back in, so I'm still up a little bit, and I'm going to play some of that tonight, and I'll check back in with you before I head back to the room. All right, everybody, made it back to the room. Unfortunately, I didn't do as well as I did last night playing the slots. Down a few $100 now. So everything we won last night is now back into the casino. But we are headed to Holyhead. We have a excursion booked, so we'll be on the tender probably around 9. But thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.